Today we'll be talking about the right tool for the right job. So we all have been in a situation where we are in a hurry and we're trying to grab the nearest tool that is available to us to get the job done. And many times it happens that we tend to pick up something that is not the right tool for the job that we are about to perform. And just to get the job done, we kind of rush in to pick up whatever is easily available to us and try to use that to get our job done, which is not the right thing to do. So we should always take the time to find the right tool for the job. And in addition to using the right tool, we have to keep the tools and equipment in good repair and make sure they're available to us when we need them. So a few tips that we need to know in regards to our tool is making sure periodically we inspect the tools for cracks, we check them for wear and tear and make sure they're in proper function. Also repair or replace the worn or cut power cords. Multiple times we have power cords that have cuts in them, so we need to make sure we're not using something that is unsafe. And we have to make sure we have tools with proper gripping techniques so we can prevent slippage when we're handling those tools. We have to make sure we keep our blade sharp. Many times it happens is when the blade is not sharp and you're applying that effort to cut something and the force to cut the material, it can cause a kickback or a slip, which can lead to an injury or a laceration. So we have to make sure our tools are sharp before we use them. When you're involved in material handling activities, always make sure you have a good pair of leather gloves that you're using. You might have a lot of sharp edges when handling those tools, so we have to make sure we keep our hands safe. Make sure your tools are clean and in good working condition before you start using them. Choosing the right tool for a specific job is the key here. We have to make sure we're choosing the right tool for the job. If you don't have the right tool for the job, then you might want to stop and get the proper tool that is available to you before you proceed for the work. It happens a lot of times where we carry tools in our pockets to make it easier, but that is not the right thing to do. The tools can fall off from your pocket and hurt somebody, so always make sure you use the proper carrying cases for these tools to carry. Also, when you're using those tools, always make sure you're not just leaving them somewhere that they might get kicked off into a lower level and cause a trip hazard for somebody. So always make sure you secure your tools when using. Never improvise. Always make sure you're prepared to use the tool you're planning on using. Last but not the least, always make sure the power tools are electrically safe for us to use. We have had a few incidents where the batteries cause fire, and we have to make sure those batteries are secured. We're not just leaving them in our toolbox lying around. We have to make sure they're secure, they're covered up, and we're using all safety rules to keep them away from shorting.